And we're live.
You are now tuned in to the Premier Hotspur TV. Sit back, get involved, comment away, because we are live.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Yes, guys, it's the day after yesterday's result against Aston Villa. Fantastic result to end an absolute torrid week. Yes, we won 2-0, and today it's the post-match reaction, the player ratings, guys. And joined by my co-host, Matt. How's it going, pal?
Yeah, all good, mate. I wasn't too positive going to the Villa game. You know, the boys dug in deep yesterday. The sun's shining. It's a great start to the week, and hope everyone's well, ready to get into the player ratings and a little debrief of the game from yesterday.
Yeah. So as you said, Matt, from the Arsenal game, go back to that game quickly. I mean, that was an absolute terrible result.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what, Matt? It wasn't actually the result, really. It was just the performance, mate. The way we come out and played. Absolutely.
Like Mourinho says, doesn't he? He says, "I don't mind losing. It's the way of losing," and that's what we said.
Absolutely spot on there, mate. Seriously, and it was disappointing because, as you said, we come alive in the last 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah. When the goal disallowed, Kane at the post, Kane went close again. You know what I mean? So we could have come out of that with a draw. We probably didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? But so we thought, all right, we're going to the Europa League now. This is a massive week. If we go at this in this season, we can tip it up. We can tip it upside down, really. And we went in there. All we needed one goal, Matt, and yet again we couldn't go over the line on that one. So the confidence was low. Everyone was in the bandwagon about Jose and Mourinho. The noise was getting louder. The reports were getting the gathering pace. But yesterday, mate, I said you wasn't that confident going to the game. I wouldn't say I was overconfident, Matt, because we know Villa. They got players that can hurt you. But without Grealish, I knew without Grealish they didn't create enough. I think they've done everything right, but in that final third, they didn't have that yesterday, did they, Matt? They had that spark in the final third. So I had a feeling we was going to have a reaction. We needed a reaction. I mean, there was no doubt about it. Jose needed it as well, absolutely. And the starting lineup, Matt. We're going to that starting lineup. What was your first thoughts, Matt, when you first saw that starting lineup?
Yeah, I thought it was quite refreshing. You got to credit to Mourinho. You know, he rung the changes. He got rid of the obviously the people that are causing problems aren't even in the squad. He brought some of the 2 16-year-olds in Divine and Scarlett on the bench. I don't think anyone can say he's not trying to evolve and trying things. I think he's just obviously tried to trust these players that the second string players. We don't need to name names because we know who we're talking about, and they failed him. So he's had to turn to players that maybe he isolated, and he'll make mistakes, and I'm sure he'll own up to that. Maybe not to the press, but yeah, I'm sure the team, know that they need to go on a run, and they know they can play better. And if you hear Harry Kane's interview, he says that it wasn't down to tactics or anything like that. It was down to our attitude and our work rate. He said we weren't good enough, and he said it's not. He said it's not like they were an amazing team on Thursday. He said we just did not show up, and it was not acceptable. And we need to show this sort of passion and mentality in games like this all the time. So it sounds like Mourinho's getting his message across to make players get that mentality that we want. So I think it's a good positive sign.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. As you said there, it was good positive that with the team we saw yesterday. And I said to myself, do you know what? Fair play to Jose. With the amount of pressure he's on, and he knows he's under pressure. He knew he had to change it. He knew he had to think of how another way we can get this team going, get this team winning again. And he went for he had a massive, took a massive gamble yesterday, Matt, if you can call it.
Yeah.
Going with Rodon and Sanchez, and with Tanganga at right back, and playing Vinicius up top with Kane. I mean, and everyone was like, wow. Even me, I was going, yes, Jose, yes. You're at least trying to change, freshen things up. I mean, trying another way to get these players going. But as you said, Matt, it's interesting. The players he dropped and the players he dropped out the squad yesterday who did it in travel, they could be the bad eggs. Could these be the bad eggs? I mean, could these be the ones that's causing the trouble? You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be past them. And I saw a bit of a video yesterday of Sissoko when he come on. I think We Are Tottenham TV, or no, Matt Hayes put up on Twitter, and the way he was just walking. I think one of the Village players had a shot on the edge of the box, and the way he just literally the other defender was trying to block it, and he was just like literally just walking past it. And it was I mean, things like that. Just, I think he's on his way out, mate. I think he wants to go. Personally,
why wasn't he dropped though yesterday? That was a bit of a weird one. If he's walking, you know.
Yeah, well, he come on, didn't it? Did he come on?
He came on for 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
And go back and if you get time, go back and watch that little clip, mate. It's outrageous, mate.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Absolutely. But then you see Vinicius. I mean, I've been banging for him to have a start, to have a start in the Premier League. I mean, give him a chance, and I think he done well yesterday. So yeah, go back on them players. Do you think these players like Winks, Sissoko, Ali's, maybe Doherty, Aurier, do you reckon these are the bad eggs at the club? What's causing this trouble behind the scenes, Matt? Because it does thing, because Winks or Aurier in the squad at all yesterday, was there?
No, they weren't even in the squad. No. I mean, yeah, but I believe they are. Yeah. Whether they're bad eggs or whether it's just a poor attitude, if you see what I mean. You know, sometimes you get that with Ali, where his mentality and his attitude isn't to track back, and that's, you know, with Mourinho and the mentality to win trophies, you put your body on the line for everything. You put your heart and soul on that pitch, and you die for the club if you want to win a trophy. In a sense, in a metaphor. Yeah, I don't think Winks. He's been sulking because he thinks he should be playing. Well, go and prove it. It's what Lucas Moura had to do. You know,
yeah, exactly.
How's Alfie Devine, a 16-year-old, ahead of you? Because you're pathetic and you say you're a Tottenham boy, but you don't show it. You sulk in the background and you moan that you're not playing, and you don't even put a tackle in, and you bottle it, and you don't win headers. I don't want that in my club anymore. I've had enough. I want winners. I want fighters. You know, I want people who fight for that badge and you know, want to go to the next level. Yeah.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. Let's bring in our guest. We've got Yusuf. You guys alive didn't know, just recommended. Well, I don't know what's going on here. I know a few people saying they are getting the notifications coming through. If you've not hit the notification bell, hit that. So then once we are going live, half an hour before, I think it's something like that, you get a notification on your phone, or it depends, or if you're on your,
you might get an email.
Tablet.
Sometimes you get an email. I think.
Yes, something like that. So we do actually.
Or if not, come and check our Twitter. You know, check the Twitter if you're not sure.
I put it out on 15 minutes ago. Sorry, we were going live. So, and I put it out last night as well, and again this morning. So, Yusuf says, did you guys switch? Cy wearing a hoodie, Matt not. We got our own ones, Yusuf. You said I went on to see the highlights and I saw Reguilon's injury, and he shouted. He said he's okay on Insta. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think
he's fine.
it was a bang. I think it was a bang in the back. Yeah,
I think it was a precaution, wasn't it, just to get him off?
Yeah.
And you got Davies on, who did a good job, to be fair.
Exactly. Harry says, "Hello, lads." Yes, Harry. Yes,
Harry.
Cal. Hello, mate. How's it going? Eunice, thanks for popping in as well, mate. I'm not getting carried away with this win. It's only Aston Villa without Grealish. We have 17% win rate with him. Without him, let's see how far he goes. This goes. Eunice, seriously, mate. I totally respect your opinion, mate. But we have to just back this club. I mean, to the end of the season now. I just think we can all go on about Josie out, Josie in, this and that, bomb, bomb, bomb. Listen, we've got 9 finals in the league now. 9 finals. And who knows? We ain't got European football to concentrate on now. We've only got 1 game a week. So this could work in our favour now. You know what I mean? Get all our players back. Get Josie, get the players who actually want to play for Tottenham, who actually will want to go on that pitch and play for Tottenham. It doesn't matter who it is, right? Keep all the bad ones who don't want to play. Keep them out of the squad. That's what he done yesterday. Let's keep them away.
Plus, Tottenham finally get a win over a top 10 side since Arsenal, since December the 10th. So, yeah, okay, it's only Villa, but they've still got other good players apart from Grealish. They have the likes of Trezeguet, they have the likes of Watkins. I thought, credit where credit's due, it was a good win for Tottenham last night in a professional performance.
Yeah, I do, mate. I do. But thanks for your comment, though, Yusuf. Eunice, did you say it's lucky? It's lucky a top fan.
Is he talking about my dog? I think he's talking about my dog. Yeah, of course he is.
Oh, he's lucky. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just yeah.
You've got no choice.
Eunice, hello. They are a good team, but you were lucky. No Grealish.
Well, I wouldn't say we were lucky.
We did have those Son. There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go. All the Mella.
Yeah, exactly. And Jones says maybe this is a way forward for Josie in his career. He's always been reluctant to play inexperienced players, but these days, if you want passion and drive, maybe the young players are what we need. Yeah, absolutely. Spot on, Josie. If he can involve, this is what Matt was trying to say. If he can go that way and stop his old stubbornness and not trusting the youngsters, and just give him a go, like what he did yesterday. So, and I think yesterday we'll go on to the player ratings in a minute. I think Roden and Tanganga was great yesterday. I've seen some comments that Tanganga wasn't that great yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, "Are you watching the same game as me?" I don't know. I mean, to me personally,
got a clean sheet, no coincidence.
Exactly. Eunice says, Yusuf, and a terrible team. Only Watkins is semi-good. If Grealish had played, outcome would have been way different. I don't think one man would have made a difference yesterday. Absolutely not.
It was a team game, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. Okay, you can say they were missing the creativity in that final third, but Grealish can't do it on his own all the time. I know he's done it in the past, but he can't do it all the time. And to me, Watkins not the only. He's a good player. I think he's more good than semi-good. I think he is a good player.
Yeah, he is a good player.
And they've got Barkley, they've got Torre, they've got Ngazi, they've got McGinn, and they've got Mings, they've got Konsa.
If you put it into context, they were actually better than us for the first 30 minutes. They came out. They could have maybe got a goal or they caused us problems, and we dug in and then we caught them and we took our chance. That's what the top teams do. You can't just say they're a rubbish team because whether it's a Mourinho thing or not, Again, like Simon said, you've got to get behind the club. He's going to be here to at least the end of the season, so you might as well just get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. But thanks for your comment, though, Yusuf. Eunice. Yusuf says, if you go there, Matt, will you fight? Of course. I mean, you'll fight for the badge. Of course, Matt will go there.
Get me out there, I'll bloody.
Eunice, how you feel about Suarez reaching 500 goals in his career? Wow, it's massive, isn't it?
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? That's a good amount of goals.
Nevertheless, it was a new, fresh breath of air to see the youngsters on ramp. Yeah, exactly. Eunice. Let's see that positive side. Yeah, that's brilliant what you said there, mate. Yeah, let's see the positive sides. Because I know you, Josie, outs won't change your mind. I mean, and that's your opinion at the end of the day. But let's just give him a chance. Jesus Christ, come on. I mean, it's not all his fault. This is not all just Jose's fault. This, you know what I mean, and that's what Matt said there. Harry Kane, you heard it from the horse's mouth when he came out yesterday after the game, and when he said it's not about tactics, it's about their attitude. It's not that they've not been good enough. You know what I mean? That's coming from Harry Kane. I mean,
when he's saying his performance, when he's saying his performance and the players was not good enough against Arsenal or on the Thursday night, that is not down to tactics. That is down to players' desire.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I mean, so that's coming from Harry Kane, and I genuinely believe what Harry Kane comes out of. He's a genuinely top guy. He doesn't lie. He's that just straightforward guy. He'll tell you how it is. And I think he had to come out yesterday. I think he had to close the situation that Tottenham the players weren't good enough. The players did not play good enough. Their attitude stunk. I mean, and I'm glad he actually come out and he's thing this, because that's probably given some of these Jose out fans that it's not only the tactics. I mean, it's not only just Jose. I mean, the players are taking a massive rap for this, and I think they should take them more rap than Jose and Mourinho at this present moment. Me personally, and Eunice says, Yusuf, I feel good. I'm happy for him. More scanning. Didn't realise Matt got a beard. Why
Jesus, he's been blind. I've had it for ages.
Simon's struggling with saying Eunice instead of my name. Yeah, it's because it's flipping Yusuf, Eunice, flipping one after the other. Well, I'm trying to get through it quick because we've got to go. We've got to get through this, and we're on another show after. So I've got to. Right, let's go. Amazing. Jones says it's amazing. We've been slated, and rightly so, some of the performance, but we still have a cup final and 3 points off fourth. Has it been a bad season? Exactly, Jonesy. Matt, do you want to answer that? Answer what Jones said there, mate?
No, but I think the last two games have been tough, but you got to put it into context. Last season at this stage we were 8th. We'd conceded 10 more goals, and we'd also not scored anywhere near as many. So all these people that are saying Jose's make us gone backwards, if anything, we've conceded 10 less goals. We've got the 3rd best defence in the Premier League, with, I might add, Dyer, Sanchez. That's got to be a bit of a positive, right? We've got no games, added games now. We've got a cup final to go to, and we've got 9 other finals. And even Højbjerg tweeted that out, said 9 more finals to go. So let's hope the players have got that mentality, and what will be will be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What will be will be. Just get behind the team. I'm fed up of all the Tottenham fans turning into sort of like our Arsenal fans, and they're all like giving each other hate and stuff. We're not like that. We're a club where we have a nice motto, where we welcome everyone.
Unity in the club.
Yeah, unity. So whether you're Jose in, you Jose out, you're Tottenham in, and so get behind everyone. Yeah, everyone's got their own opinions and things, but I don't think he's doing that bad of a job. And get behind him. He hasn't really been backed properly, really, has he? So
no. So all I say is be careful what you wish for. That's what I say. I mean, because this can backfire.
1 point behind West Ham, we're having their best season ever, and we're literally 3 points behind Chelsea. So it's not that bad.
Exactly. You say, Jonesy, yes. When you consider we lost 2-0 lead to Zagreb in Europa League and 5-4 to Everton. Yeah, that's history now. We know what's happened. That's behind us now. Let's not keep throwing history back into our faces, guys. Because we'll never get over this. You know what I mean? We know for sure. And what Harry Kane said, he summed it all up. What he said last night. Their attitude going into them 2 games were poor. Were very, very poor. and him and the players are going to take the blame for it. You know what I mean? The way he said it, the way he come out of it, they are going to take the blame. It's not about tactics, he said. So, but let's get behind them now, guys. Let's forget these results.
You can quite clearly see from the first goal that a lot of frustration was taken out of when they scored, because they all kind of celebrated together, and Vinicius gave it the kind of fist pump, and he chested more and nearly pushed him over, I think. But I think they needed to get that out of their system, and especially when the penalty went in, that was just like, yes, come on, we can finish this off now and get that 3 points. So I think you can see the players were hurting, and hopefully a lot of positives to take going forward now.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And we got, oh Jesus Christ! Look, we're never going to get off these comments low. THFC Max, thanks for coming in, pal. We need Road and Tanganga for the rest of the season. Yeah. And let's hope it's not just a one-off. I mean, let's hope he goes to Newcastle, and let's hope he keeps that team.
Yeah. Surely he does. It won, right? You don't fix it if it's not broke,
And then if he does change it all around again, then we can say, do you know what? We're questioning his lineup again. You know what I mean? We just won against Villa. Why can't he just play the same team? You know what I mean? So let's wait and see what he's. But thanks for coming in though, THFC. Max, just Max, okay. He told me the other day, just Max. Yusuf says, off topic, Matty Cash looks like Grealish. He does
a tiny bit.
Yeah. Jones says, Eunice, true. There's been bad results, but we are still competing. We knew a rebuild after Poch was coming, and this is the pain we need to go through. At least we can see who the problem players are. Absolutely spot on, Jones. Eunice says, I may be Josie out, but I want him to prove me wrong. I'm back in the club, but we'll call out the fault when I see it. I really hope Jonesy, Eunice, sorry, pal. Yeah, we absolutely, it's your opinion. We respect your opinion, mate. And everyone's got their own opinions. It's brilliant. But I do see some Josie out. When some Josie out is when it is even if it's not Josie's fault. Yeah. They always blame Jose. It's never no one else. It's never the players and things like that. It's always Jose out. So why can't if you can come out and call Jose out? Yeah, how about call some of these players out when it goes wrong? With
you had fans come out wanting us to lose against Villa just because of an agenda against a manager. Ridiculous.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Pathetic. But we're not saying it's you, Eunice. All I'm saying is I've seen lots of fan Twitter, mate. It's toxic on there. I'm telling you now. There he is. Paul's in the house. Paul, sunny Florida. The sun's shining here. How's the sun over there? I bet it's beaming over there.
Sunny here, to be fair.
Expectations will rise because we were 2 for 5 weeks. If we can finish 4th and win the cup, then it will be our best season under Enoch. You can probably say that.
Here's a stat for you, Simon, and if you got the Jose haters in here. Out of the last 6 games, 5, who do you think's on form is top of the table?
Us?
Tottenham Hotspur, level on points with Manchester City. So we've lost 1 out of 6. It's not that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah, but they'll come back at you and say it's only Palace, it's only Burnley and things like that.
Only Palace, but they've beaten other top teams. Everyone's lost to everyone this year. That's just the way it is. It's a crazy season. What will be, will be. Just get behind the team.
Yeah, exactly. Max said, I completely disagree with Jonesy. We are clearly unachieving this year with the quality of our squad. When you say that, Max, the squad, look at the squad. I don't think it's as good as what people put out to me. I don't think we've got the proper strength, the proper depth, the quality and depth. That's what I'm about. We've got a big squad, but I don't think sometimes when you see our bench, sometimes we've got Harry Winks on there, we've got Sissoko, we've got Davies. I mean, and when you look at other benches like the Arsenal bench the other day. They could bring on a Aubameyang, a Willian, a Pepe. I mean, things like who can change, who go and change games. It's very rare Spurs have players like that on the bench who can come on and change
I
games.
thought the bench was pretty good yesterday, though. Actually, I think he got that. He
Yeah.
had Dele, he had Bale, he had.
Well, it's times where we ain't, Matt, have we? It's times where we ain't, but then you look at the City bench as well. I mean, that's proper quality. That's proper,
but that's just spending unlimited money, isn't it? That's what happens.
But that's what I want, pal. That's what I want. I don't care about it being thing because I said I won't be here forever. I want us to win big trophies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let them sort it out when we're gone, Matt. Let other people fight our battles. You know what I mean? Paul says, I think this season will be the amount of games and no fans makes it a bit of a full season. I can see, with the fans there, Paul. I think it's a massive thing with the fans. I really do. For some of the games we've lost, especially at home, not only us, other teams as well. I mean, like when Liverpool lost to Everton, things like that.
Fans would have played a part. Fans would have played a part in that.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely is playing its part this season. James said, "Yeah, Max, true. We could still be in Europe, but a final 3 points off Chelsea in fourth, who have spent over 100 million. 200 million they spent, Jonesy.
220 million, I think it was, something like
that. Can't be that bad. Exactly. Paul says, raining totally today, actually, mate. Right.
Unlucky Paul, mate. Lovely sunshine.
He's a stat. He's a stat man. Absolutely brilliant, Paul. Tell you. And Ewan says, City bench is literally another world. But we can be that. I mean, with the filthy rich owners. Bobby sings clear. Bob's, big up Bob's. Bob's Bird TV, get over to each channel, guys, at 1 o'clock. He's bringing the show, guys. I'll be gone there for a while before I pick up the kids. Here we go. He says, big up. It's all about opinions, isn't it, matey? I believe in Reguilon, Bale, Ndombele, Pierre, Kane, Son, Lucas. We should be doing better. However, looking at the league, we're not that far now. Yeah, exactly, Bobs. But Bobs, did you? As what Matt was saying, Kane's interview just says it all, mate. We can be doing better. Yes, he is come to. He's saying it's nothing to do with the tactics. It's to do with the players' attitudes, and they're just playing very poor. I mean, not performing. It's totally unacceptable. So, as I said, the players got to take, I think, more rap than Jose here. I mean, because they're the ones who's going on that pitch. They're the ones, can only win the game for us. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can say about Jose, he could change it in games, but a bit quick enough. But to me, I think still the players got to take it. I think they've got to take this rap. So yeah, Matt. So we went 1-0 up, half time, and we thought, do you know what? We'll take that. It was quite a good goal as well. It's quite a good goal. I think it was good. I think it was good interchanging play from Moura and McCain. He's passed it across box, and there was the fox in the box. I've told you about this guy. He's a fox in the box. If you play to Vinicius' strengths, you get down the wings, or you get inside on the edge of the box, and you get the ball into that box. That's where he is.
What he does as well is he frees up Harry Kane because you have to go and mark him. So Kane can drop in the 10, and Kane was back to his better form yesterday, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, we saw a massive. I was saying with lots of players yesterday, mate. I mean, Tungi much better yesterday. Pierre much better. Who else? Tanganga, Rodon, Sanchez had a bit of a dodgy spell, but I think he done all right yesterday. Reggie's probably the only one yesterday. I don't think he looked tired yesterday. I don't think he looked himself yesterday. I don't think he's fit, 100% fit at the minute. We didn't see him bomb up and down as much. Who else, Matt? Kane was just Moura yet again. Another fantastic.
Moura, he was unbelievable.
I mean, so what I'm trying to say, if you play to players' strengths, I mean, we can get more out of these players. I mean, and I think that's what Jose's finding now. I think he's slowly but surely finding players like Mora. Right, we don't play him out. He doesn't play well out wide. Right, let's bring him inside. And since he's bringing him inside, Matt, it's literally just that's his position at the minute, isn't it?
And that's down to Mourinho, and you have to give him credit for that.
Yeah, give him credit for that because he's found it. He's seen it. He's probably seen it on training grounds. He's probably seen it. Do you know what? He's playing well in that 10 position now. Now they've probably been trying that position for other players, and he's probably spotted Lucas. He can play in that 10, and well done for Mourinho for putting him back into there. And he's just flourished. He's absolutely flourished in that position. Bergwijn, when he come on yesterday, he looked much better. Me personally, he looked lively coming out on that, coming in from the left onto his right. He looked more comfortable when he's on the right. He looks more comfortable on the left. The only one was Sissoko. He was terrible. It was absolutely that. What I saw, mate, is unacceptable. What he does, mate. Telling you. Yeah, but as I said, Matt, it looked more positive yesterday. The players wanted it yesterday. You know what I mean? So, and we've got Brian. Brian's in the chat. Yes, but Brian, thanks for tuning in, pal. Absolutely. I know it's early there, very early, where you are, Brian. I don't know how early it is, mate. And he said, "Good morning, Tottenham family." Yes, Brian. Yeah, we're all fine, pal. Sanchez was fantastic yesterday. Yeah, I said, Brian, I mean, Matt saying couple slip ups. It was couple. I mean, but that's the Sanchez for you. I mean, but overall, yes, I think it was another good performance. I think he dealt with him and Roden dealt with Watkins very well yesterday. I thought Roden was fantastic as well yesterday. He looked like a proper defender yesterday.
Yeah.
And more time for Roden. I'm hoping more time for him.
Yeah. What Roden did as well was he helped out Reggie a lot. He kept seeing him go out to that left back position and just mop it up for Reggie while he was up the pitch. So, yeah, that's what he did well.
So, as I said, Matt, I mean, then we got the penalty. Absolutely fantastic. Kane, no doubt about it was a penalty.
Smashed it in, didn't he?
He smashed it in. He's such good at penalties, Harry Kane. There's only one winner when Harry steps up. And I think after that, mate, I think we just controlled the game after that. We saw the game out. 2-0, didn't concede, another positive. I mean, it breathes confidence into the team, not conceding as well. Going into now a 2-week break. Let's hope we have everyone fit for the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
And they've got players out as well. They've got their front three out still.
Well, Almiron's back, isn't he?
Almiron's back.
He played against Brighton, but I'm not sure if St Maximan or Wilson will be back. I'm not sure because obviously 2 weeks. Nah, probably not.
So yeah, so overall, Matt. Before we get into player ratings, I just think it was a very, very good, positive reaction from Jose from the start with his selection. Yep. I think it was a bold move from Jose. That's the word, bold.
Yeah, he was brave
because he could have just went safe again. He could have just went safe and just pick the safe players. But he went bold yesterday. He put his managerial career on the line yesterday, and it worked out great. And it's great to see he's changing his ways a bit because we know he's not a lover of bringing youngsters through and things like that. And I think now he's seen it now that these players want it more than the senior players. You know what I mean? So let's hope now he follows that pattern for the rest of the season. I think hopefully. So we've got Brian says Mora on your defence is oh dear. Seriously, mate. Well, I don't know where he's. I mean, and as what I was watching, We Are Tottenham TV yesterday, and Ben was saying it. Why cannot we just saw this ages ago? I mean, that's his best position. I mean, and hindsight, it's hindsight, isn't it, Matt? So, and Cody Mack, yes, Cody. Thanks for tuning in, pal. They planned and they panned in on Roden at various points in the game, and he looked like he was patrolling the back line, marshalling the back line, communicating and commanding. Thought he did well covering. Yeah, I think he did. as I said, it was. I've been calling his name, and even Matt, we've been calling his
Yeah,
name and been worried about Roden for the last couple of weeks, or about a month now, isn't it? Because he ain't been in the
yeah,
team, he ain't been in the squad, he hasn't been travelling with the squad. We
yeah,
think, oh, what's going on with Roden? Because he has been looking one of our best defenders.
yeah.
And I think given time now, Cody, and I think really if we can give him time, I think he can be a top defender. He just needs game time now. He just needs
Yeah.
Jose just to believe him now, just to believe him, just keep him playing.
And he will make mistakes, but he's young, and Eric Dyer makes mistakes, and he's not exactly young anymore. So I'd rather have a youngster who's actually going to maybe make a couple of mistakes, but he'll learn from them. You can
Yeah,
see he will.
I like to see against Newcastle, Roden and Toby,
Oh,
and see
that
how
would be
they
nice.
yeah. But can you drop Sanchez at the minute? That's the thing. And what
Yeah.
we're saying there is, should we just pick this team that won against Villa, go into Newcastle? I think that's good enough to go and beat Newcastle away. I really do. Just to bring confidence. Just that's what it is about now, Matt. Going
But
to these nine.
I think you need experience to the back line. I think Newcastle
Hmm.
might test us a bit more than Villa did. So I think I'd probably put Toby back in just to help Roden out a little bit of his experience.
It's 8:30. It's 8:35 there.
Oh, not too
Big
bad.
up,
Not too bad. Cheers,
yeah.
Brian.
Big up, Brian. Big up the Canadian lot. Absolutely fantastic. They love it. Jones says, yes, that's it. The cap's there. As I said, Mourinho has his faults, and his last few clubs, he has been reluctant to trust youth. But with the modern day players' attitudes, maybe the youth will change Mourinho's mindset. Yeah, absolutely. I think we're seeing it now, Jonesy. I've said it before. Every game, every team he's been at, he's had money in it. He's just had money. He's just thrown money away and thrown money away. He got all these top players in, and I said he's not great. I don't think he's great at tactics wise and things like that, or putting the arm around the shoulder sort of type manager. But you know what he can do when he's got the players he wants. You know what I mean? And if you spend some cash and back Jose Mourinho, it could be. It could end up good for Tottenham. You know what I mean? We've got to be patient. We really have. I think we'll regret if we get rid of Jose. I don't know what your opinion, Matt.
Well, you got to go through the bad times to get to the good times, right? So, maybe we're going through the bad times, and it is we still haven't had that rebuild yet. So, well, fully anyway. There's still a few bits of dead wood I'd like to get rid of, and then you just bring some fresh faces through who maybe adapt to someone like Mourinho. I think I'd give him longer. I think he speaks highly of the club. He obviously wants the best for the club. His mentality is just ridiculous. Like he knows how to win, and he needs to change Tottenham's mentality. And I believe he's the man to do it. Yeah,
exactly, mate. Exactly. Why should we let these players keep chucking managers under the bus?
Yeah.
Who would say the next manager can come in? We can have we can have a manager bounce for 6-7 games or whatever, and then it can go sour, and they will chuck him under the bus. We don't know. I mean, we're seeing it at two managers now. At the back end of Pochettino's era, now we're seeing it early days of Mourinho's era. I mean, so me personally, Mourinho needs time. He does. That's just mine. That's my opinion. Turnish 17. Hello, pal. Hello, Simon, Matt. Yeah, all
hello,
good, mate. So we're going to the player ratings, guys. Let's go into player ratings. Let's get the players out of the way. Hugo Lloris, Matt, you gave him a 7. Why did you give him a 7, mate?
Well, he did his job. There was quite a good save he made. I know it was offside, but where he sort of stuck his leg out, before Watkins got it in the first half. He handled well. He came up for corners. He was commanding, a bit more. And he's one of the players that we really enjoyed his interview the other night. And maybe it's players like him that have really had a go at the squad, and they've all looked at themselves and think, "Hang on, what is going on here?" You take a long, hard look at yourselves after a week like that. And it was a good performance. He got another clean sheet, so there's nothing he did wrong. So it's a solid 7 for me.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, mate. We got next one, mate. Tanganga. You gave him a 7 as well, mate.
Yeah,
Brilliant from Jose bringing back in.
yeah,
And I think he looked great yesterday. I really do.
yeah.
And he's not the only. That's not the only game as well, Matt. I mean,
No,
he's looked in a couple of times against
yeah.
City as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, what did you thought of Tanganga yesterday, mate?
Yeah, it was a solid performance. I thought he handled the right hand side really well. He tried to go up the pitch as well. He sometimes marauded forward, which is, he's got a lot of pace and he's got quite a good bit of strength. But also, what he does better than like Aurier and Doherty does is because he's naturally a centre back. He knows where to get into positions to block the ball. I remember when it came to Barkley and he hit the strike, and Tanganga was in the middle next to Roden, and he slid in and just hit his foot and went out for a corner. So his positional play was good. It was just an all round solid performance. That's something we needed.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Said Tanganga. I'm glad he got his turn again yesterday. Roden, you gave him a 7 as well, mate.
Yeah, I think the whole defence was reasonably solid. Roden did his job. He covered well on the left back for Reguilon when he bombed up the pitch. He was commanding. He was good. He's very good in the air. You can see he's very dominant in the air, and he'll put himself about. And he's a big bloke, Roden, actually, in terms of his height, and I think it's something at Tottenham we miss in terms of someone with aerial ability and sort of like a John Terry-ish like player. I think he could be something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said this. I've said this for since I first saw him against Chelsea. I just saw a bit of John, a bit of John Terry in him. He's that kind of player. He's a feisty defender. He's strong. He'll throw his body on the line for you. Seriously, he'll throw his body at every tackle. Oh, seriously, every ball has been shot. That's it. The body's there. He's confident on the ball. He's okay. He'll make mistakes, as Matt said. Obviously, every defender will make mistakes on their way. But I think generally, given more game time, with more experience, I think we could be seeing a really good defender. Do you know what? I'll class it as, Matt. It's a classic Premier League defender. It's a classic Premier League defender.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Nothing special. I mean, nothing world class. But someone who's got grit, determination, he's got power, he's got strength. He won't be scared of a tackle. Literally, he'll throw his last breath of everything.
Yep.
Playing for his club, and I think that's the sort of players we need going forward for his club. Not players who don't want to play for his team no more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me personally, I think these are the sort of players we should be saying giving more time to. Sanchez, you gave him a 6, mate.
Yeah, I think he got away with a few. He was turned quite easily by Keenan Davis when he came on. A few sloppy moments, but you're going to get that with Sanchez. I just still don't think he's good enough going forward for us. He gives it away quite a lot. He's not very good on the ball. I sort of panic when they pass it to him and he tries to play out from the back. I think for me, Roden looks the better centre back out of the two. But he got his job. He's done his job, and we got a clean sheet. But Roden was probably the better centre back out of the two, so that's why I gave him a 6.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, mate. I think, me personally, a couple of dodgy moments yesterday, Sanchez. But to me, he recovered from that. I think he's learning by his mistakes. But is he out of the woods yet for keeping for next season? No, not in my eyes. I want to see more. The jury's still out on Sanchez for me. But let's keep supporting him. I mean, let's see what he can do for the rest of the season. Let's see he can get to the heights and what we thought he was going to be, and what we saw at Ajax. Region, Matt. Sorry, Region. Yeah, you gave him a 6 as well, mate.
Yeah, I was going to give him a 5, but I thought that was a little bit harsh. I think he's just he's sort of leggy at the moment. He's he wasn't getting up as much as you say. His defending was a bit off. Like he was quite out of position a lot. But he tried to give it his all, and he even tried playing on with a slight cramp. Or he got a lot of kicks yesterday, didn't he? And a lot of nasty tackles that were hit by him. And I think it was a good job for Mourinho to take him off when he did, just so he can have a nice 2 weeks off and get fresh for Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, me and Matt were saying the watch along yesterday. I was watching him, and it didn't like the same Region normally goes up and down that wing. He looked tired yesterday, lagged. But I think we can't give this guy too much stick, because he has been great since he's coming from Madrid. And let's hope that continues. Let's hope he does come after the international break, and hopefully he hits the ground running again and kicks Spurs on for the rest of the season. Next one, mate, the general. Pierre, back to his best yesterday, mate. It was after a couple of performances where we had to call him out as well. Maybe was a bit too harsh on him the last couple of games. Maybe. He was trying, but if he ain't got the players who's not trying around him, he's probably thinking, do you know what? Why should I? You know what I mean? I'm giving my all, and that could be another mindset of Pierre, which we probably wasn't looking into. Was probably just seeing that he wasn't playing that good, and we had to call him out. But as we said, Matt, we had to call when players do play. Doesn't matter who they are. They have a bad game, we'll call them out. But I think yesterday, Matt, he definitely looked like the Pierre looked like we knew when he first come to the club. Do you know what I mean? Looking back to his performance.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously his suspension helped him. He got he finally had a nice sort of nearly a week rest. He probably had a lot to think about. He was probably watching that game on Thursday, and I'm sure he would have been very annoyed. But he just dictates the midfield really well. He helps out that defence massively. He's almost like a shield around him. He was nipping at players. He was making a few fouls that were needed. He nearly scored, didn't he? He had a great strike. It was an overall really good performance. And I think the switch in midfield definitely helped him out a lot with the other two in midfield, who we'll come on to. Yeah.
As I said with Pierre as well, Matt, he probably saw the lineup. He probably saw the lineup yesterday saying, do you know what? Yes, we have gone a bit different. I mean, he's trying something new. You know what I mean? And that probably gave him all a bit of a lift yesterday. You know what I mean? Seeing that fresh faces in there who actually wants to play. And that's what Pierre's probably, that's what we were trying to get out there, mate. Maybe these youngsters, they're the ones who want to play. And this is what Pierre wants probably in the team. Players who actually want to give a care about this club. I think it was been a bit too thing, but we gave him an 8. I think he was great yesterday. Tungi, you gave him a 7, Matt.
Yeah, it still wasn't his best, but there was green shoots of improvement. He was moving through the gears better. He was controlling the ball. He still was a bit sloppy at giving the ball away at times, but some of his dribbles were just fantastic. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the one that's been on Twitter, where it's just like a sort of 10-second clip where he spun 4 Villa players in one. It was, gosh, you're just thinking, God. Just needs to add a few more goals and assists, doesn't he, to his game? But that will come, I'm sure.
I think that will come, Matt. I think that will come with Tungi. But he's definitely a special player.
But I think he sort of was, his shackles were off last night for me more in a way. With the formation change. So it seemed to work. So fair play to Tungi. It was a good game.
We've got some comments here, mate. Got Jonesy here says he came from that era. Come from that era. That's I think what you meant to say. And the same as Ferguson, where if you were dropped, you'll work hard and get back in the team. Nowadays, when players are dropped, they sulk. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
It's a change of player attitudes these days, Jonesy. It's not like back in the day, mate. As you said there, when Ferguson and the Mourinho's and the Wenger's around that time, literally you dropped. If you're playing bad, you're dropped. You got to work hard to get back into that team, and they will work hard to get back into that team. They had respect for their managers. So, I mean, and they knew they were playing bad at the time.
Yeah.
But these are nowadays players, mate. New age players. This is what I call it now. I mean, you can put like the Winkses in there and the Dele Alli just walking around with egos, thinking they're bigger than the club. You know what I mean? We can walk into this team and we'd have to work hard. You know what I mean? This is the attitude some of the players got, and I think you got a point there, pal. Cody Mack said the moment between Vinicius and Consta had me on my feet, believing we were ready to fight. About time. That's it, Cody. We saw that was brilliant from Vinicius. He gave it absolutely, absolutely. I love seeing that. The Yid kid says hello.
Hello,
how's it going, pal? Nice one for coming on yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. You and Geety, the other youngster we had on, absolutely fantastic. You know your stuff, guys. Absolutely brilliant. See you later, lads. Coming Spurs. Yeah, nice one, Bobs. Thanks for coming in, pal. JP, yes, JP's in the house. Hello, JP. And yes, get back to the player ratings. Lucas Moura, you give him a 9, mate.
Excellent yesterday. He was just everywhere, wasn't he? He was pressing. You know, that's the type of player you want at Tottenham. That's the desire. That's a man who's passionate about his club, and he knows he's privileged to wear that shirt, and he loves the club. Like if you get a chance, go on the Tottenham YouTube and watch his interview from yesterday's game. It's fantastic. But he said, you know, he called out the players, said it wasn't good enough, like Kane did, and he said we wanted a response. But he's just everywhere. He's left, right, middle. He just presses. He's like a Duracell bunny. I swear he never bloody runs out of energy. That boy. It's just something. It's just something you want in your club. Someone like that who's infectious. He's obviously been helping Vinicius out quite a lot. They look like they've got quite a good partnership. And you know he's clearly got good morale there with the rest of the other 11 and the squad. They obviously all love him, and you know he works hard for the team. And yeah, he's starting to show more end product now. So he was easy man of the match for me yesterday. He set the tone from kickoff. Yeah,
with Lucas, I've been one of his biggest critics actually over time, saying that he don't show enough. He's living off his Ajax days and things like that. And at the time he was because the form was poor from Lucas. But I just think the change of position for Lucas since he's coming into that number 10, and I think that's where he's best, where he picks up the ball and he likes to go in direct straight at defenders, linking up with Kane and all that, linking up.
I suppose it's where he played for against Ajax, wasn't it? It was sort of in that number 9-10 role, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
that's where he got the winner, isn't it? In the number 9 role.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think since the change position, we've seen a different Moura. I think he's up his game. I think he's gone up a level now with Moura. It's not just one game. We've seen consistent now for the last even Arsenal. Even he tried in that game.
He's been good for a solid month and a bit, mate. I'd say easy. Yeah.
So he's one of them that he's been trying his best. And working very hard and believing what Jose wants out of him. And he just goes out and does his job, and that's what he gets paid for. You know what I mean? So even if he had to play right back, centre midfield, he'll play it. I think he's that type of player, Moura. He won't sulk, he won't moan. So Harry says happy to see we have finally found Moura's best spot. Yes, Harry. Yeah, we've been speaking about this, and hopefully he's best spot. And hope it continues. Hope it does to the Newcastle game and on for the rest of the season. And hope he can pick that up until the final against City, because we're going to definitely need that attacking City. And on to Harry Kane, you go with an 8, mate.
Yeah. He was probably like second man of the match. That's why I gave him a little bit of a lower score. But he was back to his best. He dropped in the 10. He linked up well with Vinicius, which was refreshing to see him play with a very different type of striker. He defended brilliantly. He was everywhere, wasn't he? He was playing at right back at times or sometimes. And that's why I think Mourinho decided to put Vinicius a bit further up, drop Kane in the 10, or in that sort of false 9, so he could get back as well as, get forward. He took his penalty brilliantly, won it well. It was just a brilliant performance from Harry Kane, and it's 27 goals for the season now. So and he's level on goals with Mohamed Salah. So the golden boots come in, boys. Come on.
And the most assists as well, 14.
Yep.
And the biggest one yesterday, I think, Paul Merson had the humble pie yesterday when he's talking about Harry Kane, he's bigging him up at the end, because he was one of them who said Harry Kane won't score goals under Mourinho. He must be sitting there now saying, "What did I absolutely say?" I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a great guy, Paul. He is, seriously. If you talk to him outside and things like that, he is top lad. But things like that spoil it, Matt. When he comes out with things like that, it's like, come on. Come on. What are you talking about, mate? I know we've got the rivalry, but come on, let's take your Arsenal out of. But I think you can tell by his face there, Matt, last night. He was hurting saying it. You can see when he's coming out of it.
Fair play to him, though. After the game, he went. Harry Kane's probably the best passer in the Premier League, or one of them. He said the best finisher. He says he's the best centre forward probably in the world, or at least in the Premier League. He said he's just phenomenal. So
yeah, absolutely. Me personally, Harry Kane was great yesterday. As I said, he covered everywhere, and they show he's shown his map yesterday on where he was around the pitch. He was everywhere. All the spots were everywhere. Seriously, absolutely fantastic to see. Seriously, and that's what Harry Kane brings, and that's what he's. And yet again, congratulate to Mourinho for getting this out of him, because under Pochettino we didn't see this, did we? We only saw like just the proper number 9 Harry Kane. And okay, under Pochettino he was coming out wide, receiving the ball and coming in and scoring goals. But what he's doing now, I think Josie's got to take some credit for it. I really do. I think he's made him. I think he's improved him. In the documentary, he did pull into his office. Said, "Listen, under me, if you stay under me, I'll improve you." And I think he hasn't let Harry down. I think he has gave Harry another dimension in his game. I really do. Back to the comments here. If Moura and Kane turn up, we will be a danger to City. I just hope for a team effort.
The whole team has to turn up against City, because if one of them's off it, they'll punish us. That's how good they are.
It's got to be a whole team effort.
Can't just rely on 2 players.
But Harry, I can see where you're coming from, though, mate. Yeah, Harry and Moura and Kane hopefully keep.
But don't forget Son in that point.
Yeah, Son,
he's coming back as well. That's what people are forgetting.
Calm down, mate. Sonny's coming. Son's coming.
I love Sonny. Sorry.
Jay says, Son, look, here he is. Sonny's there. He's in Matt's phone there. As you guys said, 9 finals, a natural final. Let's try and get top 4 and try and go again next year. Yeah, absolutely, Jonesy. I believe we get top 4. If we get top 4, not win a trophy, I'll take that.
That means like winning one in terms of the season we would have had.
That's Champions League football again. You know what I mean? That's Champions League football, and that's hopefully that'll be a nice little pocket. Pocket.
Be
nice
nice
little
to
budget
pip
for Jose.
Chelsea, wouldn't it? Be nice to pip
Yeah.
Chelsea to it after what
Yeah,
they've done to us over the
absolutely.
years.
Absolutely. Harry says Kane was even at right back at one point yesterday. Yes. Good win for yours yesterday, mate. Absolutely, Will. It was a good. Thanks for coming in, pal. Absolutely.
Cheers, Will.
We will, and we're coming against you lot in April. Will. It's gonna be a fantastic final. Absolutely, can't wait. So you guys are doing great as well this season. Big up City and Pep, doing fantastic things. I love Sonny just been off a little form. Hopefully this rest will have met. Yes, we just think he's been overplayed. He's tired, and maybe the contract situation not helping it at the minute. It could be multiple things what's going on with Sonny at the minute. Hopefully we can get back to his best. Will Son be back for the final against? Yes, mate. Yes, he's back. Looks sounds like he's back for the Newcastle game after the international break. But Will, you've got a fantastic team. You have to keep worrying about our teammate. But it's nice that you are worried about us. You've got a great squad. And obviously we're going to be worried about certain players in your team. You know what I mean? Got a great defence now. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a real good game. We know as fans, the players got to be on top form. That's what me and Matt said there.
Yeah.
It's got to be a collective team effort against City, because that's what Matt said. If one person's off, they'll punish you. So Will, thanks for getting back in the comments, mate. Absolutely fantastic to have you on. We're going to Carlos Vinicius, Matt. You gave an 8.
Yeah, I'm really pleased for him. I said to you yesterday I fancied him to score when he was on the team sheet, and I guess he scores the first. Good movement. He held up the ball reasonably well. He linked in with Kane well. He's got a good connection with Mora. You know what? He was even good at defending at times. You know, when he headed that ball a lot out of that box because he's so tall. He tracked back. He took that yellow card to stop the counter attack for Villa.
One for the team.
He took one for the team. It's his birthday today, actually, so happy birthday to him.
Carlos, happy birthday, lad.
Well done, mate. But yeah, no, it was a very good performance, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's been the team again, to be honest. Maybe against Newcastle. I mean, I don't know. He might want to play something different, but at least you know he's got that.
I don't think we should change it, Matt. I think we should go out same month.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Son's back, unless he goes Son and then Vinicius and Kane. I don't know, but
Son must start the bench. You have to work his way back in the team.
Maybe. It's good that Vinicius has got that duck off his bat, first Premier League goal. So it's 9 starts, 9 goals now for Vinicius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not bad.
Mate. Not bad. Good stats there, Matt. I just think with Sonny coming back in, mate, maybe some of these big players as well. They probably need, even if you come back from injury, you're not starting Sonny. You're starting on the bench. We've had a good result against Villa. This team is going to go back out there, and maybe a reaction. That's probably what we need from some of these big players as well. Sometimes when they go off form, do you know what I mean? Because they know they can have a bad game, and the following week they're back in it again. You know what I mean? So I think they need. And we got Lo Celso. How do you thought Lo Celso done?
You know what? Not bad yesterday. I think fair play to Mourinho for whacking him in. And he gave our midfield a different dimension, didn't he, in terms of him going forward. He freed up Tungi. Højbjerg was able just to do his job. He received the ball really well, but he drives with the ball as well, Lo Celso. So he's quite underrated with his pace as well, actually. And every time he could have got it, the passing, compared to like if you have Winks on the pitch, it was straight out to the wing, wasn't it? It was straight out to Mora or Bergwijn. You know, it was a quick pass. And I think that's the difference. And I think going forward, he could be a key player for us for these last 9 games.
Yes, Lo Celso.
Oh, gee, I've had a good end to it, mate.
Gio. Bergwijn, we're going to the subs now. Bergwijn, you gave him a 5.
Yeah, maybe I'll upgrade it to a 6, because obviously I think I'll go to Sissoko a bit of a high one.
Bergwijn, 6.
Yeah. but still infuriating for me. He got into good positions. No cross. Where was the crossing? A bit, you got Vinicius and Kane on the pitch. They're good in the air.
Yeah.
And there was one where he did really well, didn't he? He got on that left-hand side, and I'm thinking he's cut in now. Now have a go, but then he passed it to Ben Davies. But I think he was trying to be a little bit less selfish. But maybe he can get back into the team and have a point off the bench. And he does well defensively. So Stevie, keep it going, mate.
Oh, it's time for another match that. Go on, Paul. He's fucking acing it. Yusuf and Jonesy will get back to you in a minute. Just gonna go on to Davis 6 for Davis.
Yeah, solid when he came on, to be honest, mate. And he actually got forward reasonably well, actually. Nearly wasn't there a chance where it was reversed back to him? He made the run on the overlap, didn't he? And was it saved or blocked? But he pulled it right across with a dangerous cross. But he done his job and he solided up the left-hand side of the defence. Yeah, solid from Ben Davies. He's steady Eddie, isn't he, old Ben? So yeah, he just does his job, and you never hear him moan or I think he's a good egg in the dressing room, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Now we have Sissoko. Me personally, 6. It's probably flipping 4. You should have given.
Yeah, I didn't see that. If I've
Um,
maybe seen that video, then yeah, potentially, yeah.
It was a lame attempt trying to get the ball, mate. Seriously, it was like he had a 10-stone leg that he couldn't lift up in the air. That's how slow it was. It was terrible. It was mate, seriously. And the attitude on him now, I just think he wants to go. Me personally, I think he's another sulker because he's not getting his own way. Instead of fighting for the badge, as you said, Matt, earlier, stop sulking. If you're not in the team, you're not in the team for a reason, because you're not flipping training well properly. You got an ego, you got an attitude. Go and change it. Come back a different player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Sissoko, mate, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, what in terms of rating you want me to give him?
Yeah, no, just what you think in general, what he done yesterday.
I mean, not a lot. He came on, solided it up a bit. Just passed it around simply. He was a bit sloppy on the ball.
Yeah,
he's just nothing compared to Lo Celso and Ndombele, is he? It's just that's where we need to get better at getting a replacement in for him and Winks, who are on the level of or someone who can come in and be on the level of the ball of Lo Celso and Ndombele. I mean, Skip, to be fair, he could come on and do a much better job, mate. You know my thoughts on Skip.
absolutely.
But I think he'll potentially be one of them that will come in. And I think Sissoko Winks will be sold. So that frees up a bit of money to go and put into a centre-back or other positions that he wants. But yeah, no, I need to see this walking thing because we've seen it over the last couple of weeks. He's been walking. So I'll find that video and... yeah, if like you say it is, it's not acceptable, and yeah. But I've heard he's a popular member.
Just look up Matty Hayes on Twitter. He's got the video on there.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, I've heard maybe the reason behind putting him on the bench is that he's a very popular member of the squad. I think he helps out in Ndombele. That's one of his best friends. So maybe to keep Ndombele on side, he's just thinking maybe we'll just put Sissoko on the bench, even though I don't really want him on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've marked Mourinho as an 8. I think he got it spot on yesterday. I think he was bold. Maybe more than that. I don't know what you think, Matt.
I think I'd give him a 9, mate. To be honest,
9,
I think
9. We'll upgrade that to a 9 then, guys.
Change the formation 4-4-2. It was
absolutely.
Brought in Lo Celso. He's got the best out of Mora. He's brought in Tanganga, who we wanted. He's brought in Roden. Toby Alderweireld was ill, so that's not a problem with the dressing room or anything like that. He deserves credit, and he's come out of a lot of criticism this week, and he's come back with a lot of passion. And there's still media and match of the day. I don't know if you watched it last night. They're calling him out for his little digs at players. Do you know what? Bloody right. They bloody need to kick up the arse of some of these players. I'm fed up players getting mollycoddled and say you can't talk to people like that. Why not?
Exactly.
You just take
Absolutely.
criticism. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So I think Mourinho spot on yesterday. Massive decision, and he could have went safe, as we said earlier. He could have went safe. He put his managerial career on the line yesterday, because if we lost that, noises it all ramped up yesterday. It would have pace quicker. The noises would have been, obviously the club actually look at social. They do look at social media. I don't care what everyone says. They know the fans are happy, and I think the reaction they would have literally got a reaction yesterday from the board. Me personally, has that given Jose more time? Not even saying given more time. I just think we've seen that Jose can refreshen it up. He can change things. I mean, so to me personally, he can actually do it. So yeah, an 8, a 9, absolutely fantastic. So we'll just go through these through a few comments here, mate. Yusuf says you guys missed Lo Celso when he got injured. Yeah, he come off a sub, innit? Did he come off yesterday? It was a precaution map, was it? For Lo Celso.
Yeah, no, he's not injured. He's I believe it's he's trying to. He's got to. He's been out for such a long time. You've got to monitor that injury back properly. Yeah, he'll probably be going with Argentina on a World Cup qualifier. So you've got to think of that as well.
Exactly. Joe said, I thought we could have crossed more in the second half, and there was little hesitation to not lose the ball when we were down the wings. Could have got the ball in the box more, but I just thought we was well in control most of that game there, Jonesy. And I've said this as well, when you have got someone like Vinicius in the box, you're correct. Get the balls in the box more. We should be crossing more. And Yusuf says, "Did you guys ever meet in person? If not, then the friendship just seems peak." No, just literally on here.
We will be planning a meet up though when all this rubbish is over.
Yeah,
we're all going to get together, definitely.
Peak. Peak. Paul says Rogers will say Sissoko is a beautiful human being with great character. For anyone that watches Fernley TV, will get that. No, I don't think so. Do you watch that, Matt?
No.
I might have to go watch that, and I'll get back to you on that, Paul. Moore deserves the highest ratings of all, I guess. Yes, Moore was our man of the match. And Lloris, didn't have much to do really yesterday.
I think he's taken the video down, mate.
Has he?
Yeah, I can't find it.
It's probably got taken down by someone else then. Do you know Connor Moore? And Yusuf says Harry and Vinicius to start together every time. I would say every time. I don't think Jose will start them every time, but it was good. It was a good. It's a different way to play yesterday. It was great to see it. Absolutely, he went bold, went 2 up top. But it looked like he went Vinicius up top. Looked like Kane slotted into the 10, innit?
Yeah.
So. Yes, Foley TV is like an impersonator, acts same voice as almost every player. Do you know what? I have to go.
Yeah, I'll have a look at
that. Yeah. So overall, Matt, I think it was a good steady Eddie result yesterday for us.
Yeah.
Good performance, professional.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't like world class, but. We saw a reaction. We saw players who wanted to be out there, who was going to fight for the badge, hungry. I mean, so that was good to see. So have you got anything to end it there, Matt?
Great result yesterday. Good professional performance. All Tottenham fans, if you listen to this, get behind the club, get behind the team. Let's all just get on till the end of the season. We're not them lot down the road. We're better than that. Yeah, let's just hope we can get that top four and, just have a nice end to the season. I think that's all we can ask for, If the players give it their all and it's a good push and they just miss out on the top four, then don't begrudge them. It wouldn't be the worst season considering last year we finished 7th. So, there are improvements there. And then we get to the summer and we go from there. But yeah, keep the faith, believe, and get behind the team. And Jose Mourinho in for me.
Yeah, exactly. We got Tottenham Cyprus fans clips. Vinicius, thanks for coming in, mate. Absolutely appreciate you coming in. Put it back in the show. We're about to pop out because I don't know if Matt's going to go on Bob's TV, but I'm going to just pop on there for half an hour. Give Bob's.
Gonna make some food first, I think.
He's going to make some food. Vinicius has passion, which is really good, but just is not a great player. He makes them run, which is good, but needs work. He's a youngster. He's 24, something like that. I think he's still young. If he plays regularly around these quality players like Harry Kane's and the Sons and the Moras, and he will get better. Trust me. He's just He's a different player to Harry Kane. He's, as I said, he's a fox in the box, man. He'll be there for your tap-ins, and that's what he feeds off. Feeds off tap-ins and in around this 12 in around the 12-yard box. So I mean, he's there. So we need to play to his strength sometimes, get the ball in the box, or get the ball at his feet in the box, and we can see what he can do. He's a very good finisher. That's one thing he's good at. So yeah, there's a lot to work on with Vinicius, and me personally, that's why I won't rush about the actual club yet. He's Steven Gerrard impersonation is hilarious. After watch this guy, waiting for the umpire show. I got good points. Matt predicted a 1-1 for this game, so he gets no right. Yeah, that'll be out tomorrow, guys. The umpires show. Paul, yeah, he even looks like him. Ye, of course. So yeah, guys, we're gonna end it there. Thanks for everyone who's joined the chat. I said, guys, get over to Bob Spur TV now. Yep. If you want to see me, and Matt said he's gonna think he made Matt might pop on as well. Get over to Bob and Spur TV. Sorry, Bob Spur TV, and go and show some love to Bobby Singh. And we're going to continue with this. I'll probably just jump on for half an hour, I think. John, thanks for tuning in, mate. We're just going to about to pop up now, mate. Good result yesterday. Let's hope the players get through the international break okay, and we're ready for another 3 points against Newcastle. Absolutely fantastic, John. That's exactly what we need. Tottenham Cyprus fans, yes, Unami, that's it, pal. Yeah, you were keeping the faith, mate. Paul, yeah, see you later, lads. Yeah, Paul, if you pop into Bob Spur TV, if you've got time, I'll see you in there. I'll go over there for a while before I pick up the boys. Used to say you've got to check Farley TV and Connor Moore going to Bob Spur, one or more of you. See you soon, lads. Get Josh on there as well. We have to put up with you on Bob Spur. For fuck's sake. Unfortunately. I cannot go on there, Paul. If you want to see me, that's fine. I said, guys, thanks again for everyone who's tuned in again. You are all the regulars and a couple of new ones in there as well. Everyone played their part, keeping this channel going, making it growing, guys, slowly but surely. Smash the like, guys, going out. Subscribe if you already haven't. Share this video out as well, guys. And as said, thanks to Matt coming on. Co-host Matt, always on here. Brings his stats. He knows his stuff, guys. So I just sit here and just talk rubbish. Let's let Matt do that. So I said, from Premier Hotspur TV, we do appreciate your coming on and supporting the channel. I've been Simon. This has been Matt.
Thanks,
go
guys.
and follow Matt on Twitter, the Sussex Hotspur. You'll see him over there, guys. So Have a great afternoon, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I think we're going to do the Unbiased Premier League tomorrow at 12 o'clock, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, guys. So thanks for everyone tuning in. Yusuf say 78 minutes. Thanks, co-host Matt. Yes, nice one, Yusuf. You guys clearly happy doing the Unbiased earlier because the English Premier League this week. Yes, no, yeah, absolutely. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Good afternoon. Have a rest of a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. And we'll check it out, and we'll leave you this. Hotspur TV. See you in a minute. Right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you on Hotspur TV. Cheers, guys.